Hello, I'm Jaz and I am the designer of the shadow globe pendant lights. You can see two examples here. On the left is a list of all the things that you should receive in your kit. Please refer back to this if in doubt. Start off with one pentagon and put it on a table. Make sure there's nothing else on the table because you may drop nuts and bolts as you go along. Add 5 hexagons around that central pentagon, and then add 5 more pentagons, leaving a gap in between each one, like so. Add 5 more hexagons, and they obviously go in between the pentagons. Add 5 more hexagons, they go directly above the pentagons. And add 5 pentagons. Basically do everything in groups of 5 as you go up. It makes things a bit easier. The 5 final hexagons form a ring. And there it is, finished. Just remember that if you have any trouble assembling the globe light in terms of its arrangement, then just remember it looks like your standard football, and there are 2 golden rules. One is each pentagon is surrounded by 5 hexagons, and each hexagon is surrounded by alternatively 3 pentagons and 3 alternate hexagons. So if you remember that, then that's all you have to do, really. This is me actually assembling one of the arrow globes, and you can see that if you were any good at Meccano, for those of you old enough to remember what Meccano is, it's very similar to that. First of all, you put the machine screw or bolt through from the inside to the outside, and then put the nut onto that, and then tighten with the nut driver, which is the green handled thing that looks like a screwdriver, and then just keep doing that. I've only shown myself doing a couple here because they're all identical the way they go together. Yeah, depending on how nimble you are with your fingers, you can either put the machine screw through just with your hand, or you can use the Allen key to put it through, and you can also put the nut into the nut driver before you actually locate it and turn it. It depends really on how you whatever you find easiest and quickest. I tend to start it with my fingers and tighten with the nut driver afterwards, but I think it is actually easier to put the nut into the nut driver and then tighten. But yeah, so I've got reasonably big hands, so as long as you're reasonably nimble, you should be okay doing this. Another important tip is to tighten the nut only so far until you've got all the various places where it connects to the main body of the globe attached, and then when all 2 or 3, or in this case 5 nuts are attached, then you can tighten them all up at the end. This makes it easier to move the individual pentagon or hexagon around before you tighten. So you can see here I just did all 5 loosely, and then I'm just going around at the end tightening all 5 up. And there it is. Fitting the ceiling rose and bulb holder is fairly straightforward. You just find the pentagon with the central hole. There's only one of these. Feed the wire through and then feed the tube through. The tube has already got a clamp around it to hold the globe to the height that you require. This can be adjusted depending on what sort of bulb you get for your globe. And then I'll just put a little nut onto the top of the tube, onto the threaded bar at the top of the tube, and then onto that goes the ceiling rose itself. And then on top of that goes another nut just to secure the whole thing. There we go, it's finished.